Hi, Kevin Martin here, your UT admissions guy. It's another beautiful and freezing morning here in Riga, Latvia. Simon and I woke up this morning and it was 5 degrees minus in Celsius, and I have no idea how much that is in Fahrenheit. All that I know is it's really cold, and you actually need gloves like this, or your hands will freeze. And in Texas, no one ever taught me how to survive in the cold weather, and I didn't know they made gloves that actually come apart so you can get things out of your pocket and text on your cell phone. And I think that's really awesome. And I'm slowly learning how not to freeze here in the Baltics. Today, I want to answer the question of how do I get started writing my essays? In a previous installment, I talked about the later stages of writing and editing and how to craft the ideal or perfect essay. And in this video, I want to talk about those early stages when you receive an essay prompt about, why are you choosing this university, or what do you want to do 5 years from now, or talk about a time you've overcome adversity. And these topics are usually really broad, and it can be really hard to figure out where to start. And so I have 4 tips to help craft those early stages of your essays so that way you can produce a perfect product in the end. First tip I'm going to give you is ask yourself questions. For example, if an essay prompt asks you to write about a time you've overcome adversity, ask yourself, is this something serious or minor? Is this something that could be funny? Look back on your own past, and it could be an event as trivial as being too short to reach the cereal box on the top shelf whenever you were young. It could be as serious as breaking a bone during a football or a basketball game. And that leads me to my second tip. Really make the question your own. These questions are all about an invitation to write. Sometimes students really concern themselves of whether they're actually answering the prompt or not. And though that's an important question to ask, it's more important to make the question your own. That should be a question where, if it's asking you about a time where you interacted with a group of people who were different from yourself, ask the question and make it your own and say, let me tell you about a time I interacted with a group during a project in my English class, and we didn't get along in the beginning, and maybe we came together in the end. My third tip is, when you're asking yourself these questions, write them out. Write answers. It doesn't have to be in a perfect essay format. For instance, if you're asking yourself, what difficulties have I faced taking apart and putting together computers, just write about that. It doesn't have to be the best writing. It doesn't have to be good writing. And that's my fourth tip, is just write. So many students in the early phases are so concerned about writing the perfect essay on their first draft. And oftentimes it takes them days or weeks to even get started. And even in my own personal life, I have friends who tell me, hey, Kevin, I'm thinking about writing a book, or I'm thinking about writing this killer blog post, or making a video blog. And my advice to them is always, what have you written? And if you haven't written anything, why not? And so that's really the most important thing you can do when writing your college applications, is simply write. Take out a piece of paper, open up a Word document, and just write whatever comes to mind, even if it's not good. It's always better to take a large amount of writing and cut it down, as opposed to taking a small amount of writing and trying to add to it in the future. I hope you found this video informative today. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to email me at kevin@texadmissions.com. And if you want me to address any specific questions for you, please comment on this video and I'll address it in a later episode. Thanks, and I hope you have a great day.